You know, there are a few things I'll never forget from my classes. History was written by the victors. Never forget the minority. Always identify bias. But my personal favorite, nations act just like people. And when you realize this, you start to see the silent underdog, the overeager hero, the damsel in distress, and the classic bully disguised as countries we know today as Switzerland, Ecuador, Ghana, Vietnam, Haiti, New Zealand. When it comes to ethics and the decisions we make, be that person, large or small, as Paul Harris said, we're all generally the same, all moved by hopes, ambitions, likes and dislikes. In short, we're all human. And one of humanity's greatest achievements is its ability to unite to solve a problem. And throughout history, we've grabbed firmly a hold of this. The Concert of Europe in 1815, the League of Nations after World War I, well, those are gone. And some even question how long the UN will last. But it's not necessarily the organization as a whole. Now, that is important. It sets foundation. But each individual country's character and how they relate and how they use that groundwork. And too many times have we seen the repercussions that intolerance and selfish decisions have created these countries governed by mankind walk around blinded. So here's where Rotary International's four-way test comes in. It provides a step-by-step, straightforward path to keeping our unity. And so the first, is it the truth? We have such a diverse world full of so many cultures and religions and peoples and ideologies. It seems that Haiti's truth is far different from Switzerland's truth. And so when we employed the Constitution of the UN, which Rotarians helped compose, it's very important that we see past the barriers that divide us and look towards the inalienable truths that unite us. That way, if we are once again confronted with ethnic tensions in Southeast Europe, the damsel and the underdog won't be following their own strategies, but they will be using a united plan that promotes understanding. The second, is it fair to all concerned? Now, fairness itself can be quite tricky. Imagine this. If Ghana all of a sudden decides to invade New Zealand, now just bear with me, then New Zealand tried to take over parts of Ghana first. What's fair? Then steps in the UN to act as that unbiased character to consider Ghana's persistent mood swings and New Zealand's domestic turmoil to set everything back in order. And there often occurs a struggle. Often there's a people group that feel they're not being treated fairly. The French Revolution, even the American Revolution are examples of this. So it's very important that each individual character, each personality applies this. The third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? World peace, development, agreement, alliance. Everybody wants friends, even Ecuador. But Ecuador can't run around creating terror and havoc. And it seems like the UN has manifested this portion of the test, being a maker of friendships, a builder of men and communities, a creator of goodwill and friendships between the peoples of the world, as Herbert Taylor might have said. And so again, this is another aspect that each country must apply individually to themselves so they can relate to each other. And then the last, will it be beneficial to all concerned? Once upon a time, that hero and that bully and that damsel and that underdog all came together with all their friends and started to see the strength in agreement. As a result, they saw that the load of the future became so much lighter if everyone could benefit from it. In decision-making for a nation, the best method to achieving universal benefit is not to entirely throw out self-interest, but to broaden the point of view and consider everybody else. And so now, as a person believing that nations are merely giant-sized versions of you and me, if we apply Rotary International's four-way test to our lives, surely the outcome of these larger characters will reflect those of the average being. And surely they would use these strategies in order to aid one another, as we do. And surely we may never know if there's a happily ever after. We're not perfect. But surely we will move toward it, one person at a time. Thank you.